Dun, 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 dun. Hello, hello, everyone. This is Venus Callida. I know this was not part of a schedule, and hey, I haven't posted a new schedule. We used ours up yesterday. But there's lots to do, and I'm home because it's family day up here in the north, and oh, we get to benefit from that because it gives me the chance to share with you three amazing recipes. If you are open to trying something new, or if you are one of the families out there celebrating together, today is Chinese Lunar New Year's Eve, and you know I've been all up, I've been in the mood ever since we hit the Christmas season to keep the party going. Our party bus is in between all of our birthdays, New Year's Eve, Christmas, Hanukkah, and now we've got Chinese New Year's, which is a Lunar New Year, which is, it also means Spring Festival. So we're going to do a Riddle Me Din Din Spring Festival edition. I'm Venus Callida. If you've never been here before, Riddle Me Din Din is always been on a Tuesday, but I can't miss tonight. I'll be back tomorrow too with more recipes for traditional lucky feasts for Chinese New Year's. But this is New Year's Eve, and this is special to family reunion feast. And I picked out of a menu of some of my favorite things to eat. They look amazing. It's a party you can see. I've got some things floating here on the hot air balloons helping me out because I don't have enough arms for this. Alright. Let's get started. Now, here comes round one. We're going to play. Riddle me this. I use the vapor of boiled water to make veggies soft. What am I? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Banana. Wheel number 2. Smurfs live in us. What are we? Banana. 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 Wheel number 3. I'm a root that's sharp. In sushi I'm paired. With wasabi I'm served. I'm never spared. Also known as the partner to wasabi in the Crush Crush events. What am I? Dun dun na na na. Dun na 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 na. Na 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 na. Dun dun na na na. Ba na 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 na. Ba na na na. Na na. Also, I'm munching on some of this right now because this is a really tasty meal. Rule number 4. What is orange and sounds like a parrot? Riddle number 5. Though hollow, I stand strong in the breeze. What plant am I? Do 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 do. Hello there. This is a Riddle Me Din Din, the Spring Festival edition, because tonight is Chinese New Year's Eve, and we are revealing recipes for a feast right now. Riddle number 6. I'm a liquid made from extracting fat from seeds, nuts, fruits, and grains, used for cooking. What am I? Dun 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 dun. Riddle number 7. I'm made from grapes and aged in barrels. What am I? Da-na-na. Dun-da-na-na, da-na-na. Dun-da-na-na, da-na-na. Dun-da-na-dun. Riddle number 8. I'm a flavor boost. From soybeans I'm born. In stir fry I'm used. I'm not forlorn. What am I? Pew, 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 pew. Even in a red tabard, they didn't get me. Moving on. Riddle number 9. I'm a shellfish with a pearl inside. What am I? Riddle number 10. I'm a long, skinny vegetable with a small white base and a long green stem. What am I? Dun, 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 dun. Riddle number 11. I'm a fragrant green herb that is bright, citrusy, and slightly peppery in flavor. What am I? Do 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 la 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 la. Riddle number 12. I am a thin sheet of dough made primarily from wheat flour and water, used to encase various edible fillings. What am I? All right, Traxer, you're here just in time for the appetizer that's traditionally served for being very lucky on this family reunion dinner night on Lunar New Year's Eve. In riddle number 1, I use the vapor of boiled water to make vegetables soft. What am I? A steamer. Preferably a bamboo steamer would work the best, but I know I use a double broiler. It still works. In riddle number 2, Smurfs live in us. What are we? Mushrooms. We'll need 2 ounces of dried shiitake mushrooms soaked overnight or in hot water for at least 2 hours until they're rehydrated. Save the soaking water for later use. In riddle number 3, I'm a root that's sharp. In sushi I'm paired. With wasabi I'm served. I'm never spared. Also in the game of Crush Crush, she is the partner to wasabi. What am I? Ginger. We'll need 2 teaspoons ginger minced for this lucky recipe. And rule number 4. What is orange and sounds like parrot? Carrot. Riddle number 5. Though hollow, I stand strong in the breeze. What plant am I? Why, a Pandaren favorite, of course, bamboo. We're going to need 1 cup of bamboo shoots, finely diced for this recipe. And riddle number 6. I'm a liquid made from extracting fat from seeds, nuts, fruits, and grains, used for cooking. What am I? Vegetable oil. We'll need 3 tablespoons. And riddle number 7. I'm made from grapes and aged in barrels. What am I? Shaoxing wine. We'll need 2 teaspoons. And riddle number 8. I'm a flavor boost from soybeans I'm born. In stir fry I'm used. I'm not forlorn. What am I? We're talking light soy sauce. It's important that this one is light. You'll need 4 teaspoons. Why? I'll tell you right now. In riddle number 9, I'm a shellfish with a pearl inside. What am I? Oyster. And what we're going to need here is 2 teaspoons of vegetarian oyster sauce, or, I don't know how that could be vegetarian, regular oyster sauce. And if the dish doesn't have to be vegetarian, use a regular oyster sauce. Yeah. In riddle number 10, I am a long, skinny vegetable with a small white base and long green stem. What am I? Scallions. We'll need 2 tablespoons of scallions, mostly the green parts finely chopped. And in riddle number 11, I'm a fragrant green herb that is bright, citrusy, and slightly peppery in flavor. What am I? cilantro. You'll need 16 cilantro stems, each about 5 inches long. That's 13 centimeters. If you want to substitute this, you could use young scallions, chives, or garlic chives for this recipe. In riddle number 12, I'm a thin sheet of dough made primarily from wheat flour and water used to encase various edible fillings. What am I? It's dumpling wrappers, and if you can, get 16 Hong Kong style yellow dumpling wrappers. If you can't, you can substitute with tofu skin, soaked tofu sheets, blanched yellow Napa cabbage leaves. Any will do, but the idea is that the yellow color representing like gold for fortune in the new year. And looks like Tractor's been lucky today too. It's the day to be lucky. So let's cook for it. So Venus, you may wonder, what does this make? It's money bag dumplings, and I need to come up really close and show you. I'll show you the one that's here on my spoon. Look at it, it's so cute. And it's wrapped up with a little cilantro stem. Look at it, it's a little money bag. And you eat them, you just pop them in your mouth and eat them. But let me tell you how to make these very lucky starters for our family feast today. This is really tasty, smells good, tastes good. And you can just pop them right in your mouth. It's so fun, and they look so good. So here's how to prepare them. Take your rehydrated shiitake mushrooms, squeeze out any excess water, and trim away any tough stems. Finally, dice them up and set them aside. Now you're going to prepare the minced ginger, carrots, and bamboo shoots. Chop into tiny pieces. Heat your wok over medium-low heat and add in your vegetable oil. Cook the ginger and carrots for about 1 minute. Then add in the mushrooms and the bamboo shoots. The smaller the chunks, the faster they're going to cook together. Increase the heat to medium and stir fry for 2 to 3 minutes. Add in the Shaoxing wine, light soy sauce, and vegetarian or real oyster sauce. Stir to combine and cook the mixture until the mushrooms are tender and there's no standing liquid left. You're going to use it all up. Okay. Next, you're going to stir in the scallions or their substitutes, remove it from the wok, and cool it completely. Meanwhile, while they're cooling, make the ties for your little money bags. Bring a medium pot of water to a boil and prepare a medium bowl of cold ice water. Blanch the cilantro stems for 5 to 10 seconds. It's like dip them in and pull them out, and immediately shock them in cold water to stop the cooking process. Drain and gently squeeze them dry, being careful to keep the stems intact. Don't want to break them. These are going to be our ties for the money bags. Open the package of dumpling wrappers and cover with a damp towel to make sure they don't dry out. Roll each wrapper out so it's about 4 inches or 10 centimeters in diameter. Add a tablespoon of this newly woked filling to the middle, ensuring there's enough slack to tie the money bags. You want that little bunchy bits on top when you pull it all together. Gently close the wrapper over the filling, pinching the bundle together, but leaving the top of the bag fanned out. Use one of the cilantro strings to tie it closed. Gentle, gentle. Repeat until all of the filling is used. Now you're ready to steam these little money bag dumplings. A bamboo steamer works the best here as it allows steam to escape and it won't cause excess condensation to make your money bag dumpling soggy, which could happen in my double boiler. Okay, that could also happen in, with glass or metal steamer lids. So bamboo is the best choice if you can. Line the bamboo steamer with parchment, cabbage leaves, or cheesecloth to prevent them from sticking. Arrange the dumplings in the steamer about 1 inch apart, no touchy. Set the steamer in a clean wok of boiling water and then steam for 3 minutes. You can also pan fry these if you want, following the same process as some people use for making Japanese gyoza. If using tofu sheets, tofu skins, or Napa cabbage as wrappers, increase the steaming time to about 15 minutes. This recipe makes 16 dumplings, 4 per person. Numbers are very important with this culture, so try to keep the numbers exact if you can. Steam the dumplings right after you assemble them. Don't let them sit. Only the filling can be made in advance, as the dumpling wrappers are extremely delicate and may rip open if the assembled dumplings are allowed to sit too long. So you're going to walk it out there and serve it. Alrighty, Msoul. We've got the lucky appetizer, our money bag dumplings. And now for the fortuitous main dish. This is going to be a big one. There are a lot of riddles here, but it's because for this main dish, for this lucky family reunion feast, for this Lunar New Year's Eve dinner, it's going to be worth it. Try to stick it out with me. It's a little bit of work, but it's going to be so yummy, and it's going to look fantastic. It's over here floating around in this hot air balloon over here. You can take a quick look. You can come up close to the computer. Everything here has bright, celebratory, lucky colors. Greens and the golden yellows and the golden oranges. Everything that means prosperity. Here we go. Round number 2. Let's begin. Riddle me this. I'm a meat made from an animal that says oink, oink. What am I? Do 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 do. Ba-na-na-na. Riddle number 2. I've got skin like bark, roots that spread. Slice me wrong, I might taste dead. My inside rings might make you think, but in hot tea I rarely sink. What am I? Riddle number 3. I am the bulbless cousin to the onion, tall and slim am I. Name me. Banana, 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 banana. Riddle number 4. A container without hinges, lock or key, yet a golden treasure lies inside of me. What am I? Riddle number 5. Hansel and Gretel used us to mark their path through the forest so they could find their way home. What are we? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Ba-dum bum. Riddle number 6. I am a liquor usually made by pressing grapes. What am I? Da-na, 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 ba-na-na. Choom, 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 choom. Whoop. Magical. Riddle number 7. I am the dark liquid in plastic packets you get with Chinese takeout. What am I? Riddle number 8. I come from the sea, in a shell I hide. Some eat me raw, others wide-eyed. I'm a slippery bite, sometimes with pearls. What am I that seafood lovers unfurl? Dun 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 bum bum dun 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 dun. Riddle number 9. I'm small and white with a powerful punch. Sprinkle me on dishes, I add a spicy crunch. What am I? Dun 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 dun. Riddle number 10. I'm a powder used to add flavor to meals. I'm not a salt, so what am I? Do 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 do. Riddle number 11. I'm a fine white powder made from the starchy endosperm of a corn kernel, used as a thickening agent in cooking. What am I? Huh? Huh? She said, what? Uh-huh. Riddle number 12. I am essential to life, yet I can take your breath away. I'm both in you and around you. What am I? Riddle number 13. I'm an aquatic tuber with a mild and refreshing flavor. What am I? Riddle number 14. I'm a golden liquid used for frying food. What am I? Riddle number 16. I am knobby, brown, and spicy when grated, often used in baking. What am I? Riddle number 17. What onion can be grown just for its green tops, which add a punch of flavor? I'm trying to think of songs. Do 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 do. Hang in there, we're halfway through. I did warn you this would be a big one, but so worth the work. You'll find out. Riddle number 18. You sprinkle me on cookies and toast. I'm sweet and loved the most. What am I? Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Riddle number 19. I'm a Chinese rice wine produced in the Zhejiang province. What is my name? Riddle number 12. I'm a dark liquid made from fermented soybeans and wheat. What am I? Do 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 do. We've got some answers on the board. Riddle number 21. I'm over 2,000 years old, invented for cooking in the Han Dynasty. What am I? Riddle number 22. I'm a briny liquid that has a sweetish, savory flavor. What am I? Banana, 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 banana. Riddle number 23. I am the liquid version of an iceberg. What am I? Da-da-da, da-da, da-da-da, 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 da-da, da-da-da, da-da, da-da-da, ba-na-na-na-na-na-na. Almost there. Riddle number 24. Used in cooking and baking for its thickening properties, it is also found in products like baby powder. What am I? Dun 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 dun. Riddle number 25. I'm an oil made from the seeds of the Sesamum indicum plant. What am I? Finally, riddle number 26. I am a leafy green often used in stir fries in Asia. What am I? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. All right, we've got to go way back to the beginning of all of these riddles for our main dish for tonight's Chinese Lunar New Year family reunion New Year's Eve dinner. All right, in riddle number 1, I asked you, I'm a meat made from an animal that says oink, oink. What am I? It's pork. You need 1 pound fatty ground pork. Make sure that it's fatty. You're going to need it for all that juicy flavor. Riddle number 2. I've got skin like bark, roots that spread. Slice me wrong, I might taste dead. My inside rings might make you think, but in hot tea I rarely sink. What am I? Ginger, and we're going to need 1 slice of ginger minced. Riddle number 3. I am the bulbous cousin to the onion, nice and skinny and tall. What am I? A scallion. We'll need just 1 and mince it up. Riddle number 4. A container without hinges, lock or a key, yet a golden treasure lies inside of me. What am I? 1 large egg will be needed for this recipe. In riddle number 5, Hansel and Gretel used us to mark their path through the forest so they could find their way home. What are we? Breadcrumbs, and you'll need 3 tablespoons of plain breadcrumbs for this recipe. Riddle number 6, I am a liqueur usually made by pressing grapes. What am I? In this case, it's Shaoxing wine, and you're going to need 1 tablespoon. Riddle number 7, I am the dark liquid in plastic packets you get with Chinese takeout. What am I? Soy sauce. You're going to need the light soy sauce, 1 tablespoonful. Riddle number 8, I come from the sea in a shell I hide. Some eat me raw, others wide-eyed. I am a slippery bite, sometimes with pearls. What am I that seafood lovers unhurl? Oyster sauce, and you'll need 1 tablespoonful. There is a vegetarian variety out there if you need that. Riddle number 9, I'm a small and white with a powerful punch. Sprinkle me on dishes and I add a spicy crunch. What am I? White sprinkle pepper. You'll need a ½ teaspoon. Riddle number 10. I'm a powder used to add flavor to meals, but I'm not a salt. What am I? It's called 5-spice powder, and I'll need a ¼ teaspoon. Riddle number 11. I am a fine white powder made from the starchy endosperm of corn kernels, used as a thickening agent in cooking. What am I? Cornstarch. We'll need 1½ teaspoons cornstarch for this recipe. In riddle number 12, I am essential to life, yet I can take your breath away. I am both in you and around you. What am I? Water. And we'll need a ¼ cup. In riddle number 13, I am an aquatic tuber with a mild and refreshing flavor. Despite my name, I'm not a nut. What am I? Water chestnuts. And you're going to need 100-gram can, which is 3.5 ounces of water chestnuts for this recipe. In riddle number 14, I'm a golden liquid used for frying food. What am I? Vegetable oil. You'll need a splash enough to fry what we're going to be making for this first dish. I'll tell you in a minute. I'm going to be frying some meat. Now, riddle number 15. I'm a cooking liquid made from the thing that is opposite of fruits. What am I? Again, vegetable oil. But for this amount, you're going to separate it from that splash of oil for frying. You're going to keep 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil in a separated cup. All right, for later. Riddle number 16. I'm a knobby brown and spicy when grated, often used in baking. What am I? Ginger, and you're going to need 2 slices. Riddle number 17. What onion can be grown just for its green tops, which add a punch of flavor? Scallions, and we'll need 2 scallions cut into 2-inch lengths, white and green parts separated from each other. Riddle number 18. You sprinkle me on cookies and toast. I'm sweet and loved the most. What am I? We're talking rock sugar. You need 10 grams, which is about 2.5 packeted teaspoons of preferably brown sugar, if you can get it. Riddle number 19. I'm a Chinese rice wine produced in the Zhejiang province. What is my name? We're again talking the Shaoxing wine. We'll need 1 tablespoon separated from the others. Riddle number 20. I'm a dark liquid made from fermented soybeans and wheat. What am I? Light soy sauce. I know, Traxie, you got that one. Ding, ding, ding. And we need 1.5 tablespoons of light soy sauce for this recipe. Riddle number 21. I am over 2,000 years old, invented for cooking in the Han Dynasty. What am I? A 1/4 teaspoon dark soy sauce. This is why I said earlier, when I say light, get light. When I say dark, get dark, because they're different consistencies, slightly different flavors. We need them both. Riddle number 22. I'm a briny liquid that has a sweetish, savory flavor. What am I? Oyster sauce, and we'll need 1 tablespoon. Riddle number 23. I am the liquid version of an iceberg. What am I? Water. We'll need 1.5 cups. Almost done. Riddle number 24. Used in cooking and baking for its thickening properties, it is also found in products like baby powder. What am I? Cornstarch, and we'll need 1 teaspoon, mixed into a slurry with 1 tablespoon of water. Riddle number 25. I am an oil made from the seeds of the Sesamum indicum plant. What am I? Sesame oil. We'll need 1/4 teaspoon. Finally, riddle number 26. I am a leafy green often used in stir fries in Asia. What am I? Baby bok choy. I love cooking with this stuff. It tastes wonderful. And we'll need it simply for the serving, for the visual display and serving. Optional, but I say go for it. Green is lucky. Serve it up. So Venus, you may ask, what does this make? It's a lion's head meatballs. And unfortunately, I can't get you any closer. These are big fat meatballs, all lined. And if you notice the lining of the nice green, you got the baby bok choy. And on top of that, if you remember a couple weeks ago, I did a one-off recipe blitz for the Chinese garlic, the fermented garlic that turns green. Well, I told you to do it in advance, and we need to leave it for a couple weeks so it will turn green. You're going to put it out, line it all around the outside edge of the bowl where you stack these lion's head meatballs. I promised you, I keep my word, that we were going to use them again. So I hope you made some. Don't worry, if you didn't, you can buy them at the local grocery store. But hey, if you made it, kudos to you. That's braggable. And it makes such a stunning, vibrant visual display, as well as a filling and yummy main meal. All right. Now, there are 2 parts to preparing the lion's head meatballs and all of these fabulous ingredients. So first, we're going to make the meatballs. Make sure to find fatty ground pork. You can choose a fatty piece of pork shoulder and have the butcher grind it, or use a hand chopping method to grind your own if you don't buy it pre-ground. 70-30 meat to fat ratio is best, but 80-20 is also acceptable for this to taste right. Transfer the ground pork to a large mixing bowl. We're going to get going. Add the minced ginger and scallions, egg, breadcrumbs, Shaoxing wine, light soy sauce, oyster sauce, white pepper, 5-spice powder, cornstarch, and water. Whip everything in one direction for about 10 minutes until the meat mixture resembles a paste. This step is very important to making sure the meatballs have the right texture and don't fall apart during the frying. Smash the water chestnuts with the side of your cleaver or a knife and finely mince them like that. Add to the meat mixture and continue to mix everything together for 5 more minutes. Please take your time with this because it's much love, cooking with much love this evening. Use a rubber spatula to scrape everything together. Heat enough oil to submerge the meatballs in a small deep pot. A small pot requires less oil. To 350 degrees Fahrenheit, or that's 175 degrees Celsius. Just be sure there's enough oil to cook the meatballs evenly, but that the oil will not overflow during the frying process. We do not want any burns. Be careful. With oiled hands, divide the meat mixture into 8 to 9 equal portions and shape each into a ball. Carefully lower the meatballs one at a time into the heated oil. Don't overstack them because you don't want them to be raw in the middle. Okay? And fry in batches, 2 minutes per batch. If they're evenly golden brown, they're good to go. Remove the par-cooked meatballs with a slotted spoon and set it aside because, again, we don't want to carry any of that hot oil with us. The slotted spoon lets it drip down into the bowl before we pull the meatballs out. Next, we're going to prepare a sauce and braise the meatballs with it. To start, you're going to heat 1 tablespoon of oil in a wok over low heat. Add the ginger and white parts of the scallions and cook for 1 minute. Then add the sugar and cook until it's dissolved. Add 1 tablespoon of the Shaoxing wine, 1/2 tablespoon light soy sauce, 1/4 teaspoon dark soy sauce, 1 tablespoon oyster sauce, 1.5 cups of water. Stir and bring the liquid to a boil. Once boiling, add in the fried meatballs. Cover and cook for 12 to 15 minutes over medium to low heat, flipping the meatballs halfway through. So at the 6 minutes mark, give them a flip. After simmering, there should be about 3/4 cups of liquid left. Remove the meatballs from the liquid and arrange on your serving plate. So what I would do is serve these with the blanched baby bok choy lying in the bottom of the bowl. Stack the meatballs like a pyramid in the middle, and then get out those fermented garlic that we prepared and set to ferment a couple weeks ago, and you're going to line them all around the outside edge on top of the bok choy leaves, like the crowning halo, beautiful green lucky ring for new life, new year, prosperity, greens, make it rain money, around our beautiful, tasty filling lion's head meatballs. Okay. Now, where was I? I digressed because I got excited there. Now, so we flip them, we serve them on the baby bok choy. Okay, add a teaspoon or 2 of vegetable oil to the boiling water for that shiny look, and you can blanch the baby bok choy for about 30 seconds. Shh, like that. And then take it out, and then you line your plates with it. Stack meatballs. Stack the fermented garlic. And now, mix your cornstarch slurry, cornstarch in the water, and pour into the sauce to thicken it. Once it's thick enough to coat the back of a spoon, stir in a 1/4 teaspoon sesame oil and the green parts of the scallions. Once the scallions are wilted, drizzle this sauce over top of the meatballs, and you're ready to serve. Here are some chef tips. Don't be tempted to skip the frying step in the recipe. The meatball mixture is quite moist, and frying sets the shape of the meatballs so they don't fall apart during the braising process. Avoid adding more water chestnuts or breadcrumbs than the recipe calls for because it could cause the meatballs to fall apart. If you're not fond of water chestnuts, you can substitute them with chopped fresh shiitake mushrooms. It's best to cook the mushrooms until softened and slightly caramelized before you add them to the meatball mixture. When dividing the meat into balls, try making 8 or 9, both very auspicious numbers. 8 is super lucky, 9 is power in a group, and we're getting together to reunite as a family for this feast. And this is part of Chinese cultural traditions. The number 8 in Chinese represents wealth and good fortune, while 9 is the number represents longevity. And now that we have our appetizers in main for this family reunion feast, we're going to need a lucky golden delicious dessert, and I'm holding one in my hands. So ready or not, here comes our final round. Let's begin round 3. Riddle me this. I'm a white grain. In bowls I'm nice. What chicken I'm served? I'm called plain. What am I? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. La 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 la. Riddle number 2. What's an ingredient that's in bread but isn't bread and helps bread to rise? Banana, 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 banana. Riddle number 3. I'm brown and soft, a cookie's best friend. You mix me in from start to end. What am I? Riddle number 4. What runs without legs? Riddle number 5. I am the white powder used to make spaghetti and bread. What am I? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Ba-dum bum. Riddle number 6. I'm a cooking oil made from plants. What am I? Do 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 la 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 la. Pew 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 pew. Missed me. Riddle number 7. I am born in water. I live in water. But when I get out of water and water touches me, I will die. What am I? Dun 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 dun. Ba-dun dun dun dun. Ba-dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Ba-dun dun dun. Dun dun. Riddle number 8. I'm a white powder. In cakes I rise. With baking I puff. I'm no surprise. What am I? Dun 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 dun. Riddle number 9. Many foods are this color, like some types of cherries, tomatoes, and some peppers, as well as strawberries. What am I? Do 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 do. Finally, last but not least, riddle number 10. I'm sometimes in breakfast cereals. In a box of bran flakes I'm sprinkled. I am a grape that has been dried out, which means that I'm small and wrinkled. What am I? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. All right, it is time to reveal the tasty ingredients to make our lucky fortuitous dessert for this family meal. In riddle number 1, I'm a white grain. In bowls I'm nice. Chicken I'm served, I'm called plain. What am I? We're talking short grain white rice. Anything labeled sushi rice will work. We'll need 1 cup. Riddle number 2. What's an ingredient that's in bread but isn't bread and helps bread rise? It's active dry yeast, and we'll need 1 teaspoon. Riddle number 3. I'm brown and soft, a cookie's best friend. You mix me in from start to end. What am I? Brown sugar would be my first choice, or granulated sugar. We'll need 1 teaspoon plus a third cup. Specifically that much. Riddle number 4. What runs without legs? Tepid water. Water runs. We run the tap. We'll need a half cup tepid water. Riddle number 5. I am the white powder used to make spaghetti and bread. What am I? All-purpose flour. You'll need a quarter cup. In riddle number 6, I'm a cooking oil made from plants. What am I? Vegetable oil. We'll need it for brushing. Riddle number 7, I am born in water. I live in water, but when I get out of water and water touches me, I die. Ugh, what am I? Salt. We'll need a quarter teaspoon. Riddle number 8, I'm a white powder. In cakes I rise. With baking I puff. I'm no surprise. What am I? Baking powder, and we'll need 2 teaspoons baking powder for this recipe. In riddle number 9, many foods are this color, like some types of cherries, tomatoes, and some peppers, as well as strawberries. What am I? We're talking red. We'll need 2 drops red food coloring, optional, but it'll look really nice and be very lucky for this fortuitous feast. Finally, last but not least, riddle number 10. I'm sometimes in breakfast cereals. In a box of bran flakes I'm sprinkled. I am a grape that has been dried out, which means that I am small and wrinkled. What am I? Golden raisins or goji berries used as a topper when we're ready to serve this dish to our family and friends. So Venus, one might wonder, what does this make? It's Chinese prosperity cake. And let me get up close. This is one I can show you up close. So, all right, here we go. Look at this. And it's a lucky color. So here we have all 3 dishes. We've got on the spoon here my money bag dumplings. Then over in the hot air balloon, we've got our lion's head meatballs with our fermented garlic. And I've got in the hand in between, we've got our prosperity cake, and it's got some raisins in there, goji berries as a little topper. Very, very yummy. Very, very lucky. A wonderful pick of mini menu to serve for a family reunion feast for tonight, our Chinese Lunar New Year, the Spring Festival Eve. And I'm going to tell you how to make it. All right. So to prepare this lucky dessert, add the rice to a medium bowl and cover it with 2 inches or 5 centimeters of water. Cover the bowl with an overturned plate and let the rice soak overnight. Oops, I guess we're eating it tomorrow. Dissolve the yeast and 1 teaspoon of sugar in the tepid water and let it sit for 15 minutes until foamy. Drain the rice and add it to a high-powered blender along with the yeast mixture. Blend until smooth, then add in the flour and remaining 1/3 cup of sugar. Blend again until well incorporated and the mixture resembles thin pancake batter. Transfer this mixture to a large bowl, cover with an overturned plate, and let the mixture ferment in a warm place for about 2 hours or until it doubles in volume. I placed mine in a closed microwave with a large mug of boiling water next to it, so kind of have that steam factor, which worked out really well. Okay. Next. Brush your steaming vessels like small teacups, tart tins, or muffin tins with a light coating of oil. So whatever you're going to serve it to your guests in, that's what you're going to brush lightly with the oil. And the rice mixture will look a bit bubbly and puffy. That's okay. Fold in the salt, baking powder, and red food coloring if you're using it. Mix well to combine. Fill each oiled steamed vessel about 70-80% full and top with the dried goji berries and raisins if you're using them. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me just hydrate here. Please do feel free to join me. It's mineral water on the menu today. Okay, now. Set aside the dessert in their little serving dishes to rest while you heat up the water in the steamer. It's a short resting period and it will help ensure a better rise on the batter. Fill your steamer with at least 3 inches or 7.5 centimeters of water. Heat over medium-high heat until the water is boiling. When the water in the steamer is at a full boil, transfer the cakes to the steamer. Cover and steam over high heat for 25 minutes. Do not open the lid to peek during the steaming. Shut it, leave it shut. Don't be curious. Don't be a cat. After 25 minutes, turn off the heat and let the cakes rest in the steamer for 5 more minutes with the cover still on, no peeking. You get your face close to that, you're going to burn out your eyeballs. Stay away. Let it be. Have a surprise. Okay, chef's tip. Enjoying these cakes warm, serving them warm would be the best. Store any leftover cakes in an airtight container to keep them from drying out. Refrigerate or freeze them, and then steam them to reheat them when you want to serve at a later time. Most of the prep time is inactive because the rice is soaking time, 2 hours for fermentation time. Recipe will serve 6 to 8 cakes, and most likely better probably make 6, but 8 is very lucky, so just consider those options. Well, Msoul, thanks for coming and viewing and listening. Thank you for those of you who played this game with me, and I hope that those of you listening asynchronously will remember to let me know which of these recipes you tried out. I hope you do the whole thing. And this is all the time we have for today, Msoul. So now, get into your kitchen and bring these recipes to life. And if you're not serving it tonight, bring people over tomorrow. Spread the joy, spread the luck, spread the good fortune. Because tomorrow is going to be Chinese New Year's Day. Let me know in the comments which dishes you love the most, which dish you most delighted the family. What's the favorite? Vote. Let me know which one. Now, I will be back for our regular Riddle Me Din Din show tomorrow night at our usual time, which will be 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, Traxxas World, that's midnight for you. So, I guess it's midnight snacking time. But it never hurts to have more information, because if you're someone who likes to experiment in the kitchen, I love to travel the world through the kitchen. I love to bring festivities to the family through the kitchen. No portals required. Happy Chinese Lunar New Year's Eve, Msoul. I can't wait for the spring. I'm so glad we're opening up the spring season with this festival. This is Venus Callida, wishing you all bon appetit. And if you give me a few minutes, I'm going to go refresh myself. And then I'm going to hop in on the Twitch side, do a little bit of gaming, because I promised Cord Rogue, for all the tailoring she did for me yesterday, I'm going to do some engineering for her tonight in decor and level my little original main before I became a thing. My little gnome. I'll see you out there.